we're just gonna give it a minute to let it acclimate, and then I'll be right on. My computer needed an update. Of course it did. When do I ever restart my computer? Yes. How long I've been married? Oh, you're not talking to me, RLS. I was like, I've been divorced, and it's great. I don't know if it's down, Sashina. Like I didn't do anything to it. Just left it where it is. You've been married since 2001, Sashina? That's crazy. I think I was in the 8th grade in 2001. Sorry, I 100% was in the 8th grade. And I know this because I still remember absolutely 9/11 very, 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 very distinctly that day. Even being in Canada at school. So yes, I was in the 8th grade. Just remember. It's weird. Yeah, William, I am weird. A junior in high school, Dana? What is a junior? Is that grade 9? Yeah. 11? Oh, okay. That's not what it would be here. Junior high. Oh, maybe I'm thinking junior high. That's different. What's my involvement with what? 9/11? It was a very sad day. I went to Subway. It was Toonie Tuesday. It was a Tuesday. And Toonie Tuesday, um, where we used to get $2 subs. And oh, freshman is grade 9. See, I've heard of freshman before. Uh, yeah. And I remember watching it on TV and being like, what is going on? This is so weird. And then I went to school. And then, of course, like my little brain, my tiny little brain was just like, oh, there's going to be a plane crash here, which obviously, like, no. But the whole day we just watched it on TV in school. So pretty crazy. $2 subs, Toonie Tuesday. What a great fucking thing as well. So hopefully my audio is coming through a little bit clearer now. Hopefully when I hit play here, Judge Nagel is going to be chef's kiss, a-okay. I will ask you guys once again, please, please go ahead and like the video. It helps a lot and I appreciate it. It's a free way you can help your girl out. So do that if you would please and let us go. And I'm checking on my cell phone to make sure.
Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
Sorry, did they just say we got the Pizza Hut? Is that what they said? We got the Pizza Hut? Yeah, so Sheena, because I'm West Coast, um, things were happening by the time, like, yeah, I remember that. I remember. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, Carrie. Whew, I can't even imagine being pregnant and dealing with. I remember, I mean, I still sometimes watch like video footage from that day and just like sit and sob a little bit, like, oh my God. Um, I'm sure many of you know the story of Gander, Newfoundland, where a lot of the planes were diverted after. It's a tiny, tiny town, but they really showed a lot of Canadian spirit in Gander, um, helping people out. And they even made a Broadway musical about it called Come From Away, which I want to see. I haven't yet, but I want to see it really bad.
Azaria Brown.
Okay, Miss Brown. Looks like you are here, and there's some other people that are here uh, from this big incident. It's a lot going on this one. But you are charged with one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is 3,000. One misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. The bond is 2,000. And one misdemeanor count of cruelty to children. The misdemeanor, the bond is 1,000. So your total bond is $6,000. Okay. Now you are not to have any contact with Nija Sullivan or Mariah Sullivan. Okay, so you heard what I said about that. Do not have any contact.
Gander used to be a very big um, airplane town because it was like the last refueling station before like traveling over the Atlantic when jets had less range, basically, or planes had less range. And so the airport there is large, very, very large and equipped. It also, I believe, there's a military outpost at some point. But the whole point is like it is suited to be able to land a large number of planes, but the town has maybe like 10,000 people in it or something like that. And the beautiful part about it was just like, I mean, just like all of us, we were all glued to the news. And the mayor of Gander like gets on the news and he's like, we need people down here. We need sandwiches. We need this. We need that. And the whole town came together and took care of what they began to call the plain people. And to this day, I think some of the plain people actually set up a college scholarship fund for the city. Um, and again, like nobody in Gander thought that was very weird, and neither would I. If I was watching the news and they had said, hey, we need this and that and the other, I would get this, that, the other, and go down and help. And I think that's how most people are here. So they were like a little taken aback that people were weirded out by that, but that's just the way Canada is. So, people were like, yeah, come to our house, have showers, bringing all their barbecues down. Again, like it's just who Canadians are as people. So imagine one day they have 11,254 people. Thank you, Sashina, in 2001. And then within an hour or two, they've almost doubled the population of the entire town. So yeah, 66% of the local population at the time were forced to stay in the Gander area for up to 6 days until airspace was reopened. And also, I don't think we realize this, but there's still there was uncertainty about the people on the planes. You have to remember that. And I think that's part of why it was so special to a lot of them. Like there had just been an attack and they were held on the on the tarmac for like 12 or 16 hours before they were allowed to get off the planes. And then when they finally did, they're walking to this tiny wee town. And, you know, yeah, it's a great, great story. If you look it up, it's a great story. Actually, I think it's on Netflix. Come From Away. Is it Come From Away? Whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix or something like that. Anyways, let's continue on. Look at that girl's hair. Holy shit. I just noticed in the back there. That is super. Is that a wig? Is that a wig she's wearing? Also, did you hear Judge Nagel? He's talking about there was a big incident. Oh, I hope we get to hear about the brouhaha.
With those people. You do not stay at that Flat Shoals address, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you have any belongings there or no?
No.
Okay, good. So there's no reason for you to be over there. Very good. So don't go back to that address, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Your next court date is going to be on September the 12th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court.
You want to be considered for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, I am going to grant that request for you. Do you have any questions?
No, but I am in school. I'm in college.
Okay. Where do you go to college?
Alabama State University.
Okay, I got it. Are you going to be able to make your bond?
Yes.
Okay, well, then that shouldn't be an issue for you. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, these aren't super, super serious charges, but they're serious enough because obviously look at where you are. But you'll work that out through a bonding company or whatever. Just make sure that the address that you give them is going to be one where you can get updates on your case, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I know, you're not to have any contact with the people that I mentioned.
T-Rex, you always end up behind in the stream because you use voice to text. Voice to text pauses the video while you do your voice. That's why you always end up behind. Also, Bruce, where do you live? What state is it? The best state? Also North Carolina. I love North Carolina. I have many of my favorite YouTubers in the world are from North Carolina. And I have a funny video I will send you later, T-Rex, about North Carolina. Oregon. Oh yeah. I get that, Bruce. I'm in BC, and of course the weather, the trees, all of it. I stan a forest. Oh, also, Kay, thank you so much for reminding us of that. And this is something that we need to keep in mind when we listen to charges from people. Sometimes the way that they are described is a little bit disconcerting. So, cruelty to children. Cruelty to children, especially in the state of Georgia, comes in degrees, first, second, third, fourth degree. And I think it's third degree cruelty to the children, and third degree is even them being in the household or within earshot of a domestic incident. So if there's a fight and there is a child in the home, it's like an add-on charge that they can put on. And I'm not saying that it's not warranted all the time, but you have to keep that in mind. It's not necessarily somebody being actively cruel to a child in the same way that we would assume, because that charge in itself would be a different charge. I don't even know if first degree cruelty to children is cruelty to children or if that would just be pure child CA. YouTube and censoring. Ugh. As if this is not educational. It's a got you charge. Yeah, it is a bit of a got you charge. It's sort of like when somebody's doing like in a chase and they can charge them with like 57 different things. Like you ran that stoplight, you went into oncoming traffic, you didn't use your signal, like, throw them at that. I think it's also probably just a standard, like the person who taught the police or whoever to be doing the paperwork probably just ingrained that in and it's just become there. Oh, you just did the whole trial about cruelty to children first and second degree in Georgia, and it's actually the child a bus e. I don't know how to say that without triggering it. Um, Again, we know my rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as it doesn't include children and you get consent. Those are my rules. Don't fuck with kids. Don't fuck with people that can't consent. It's just it. It's how we do. But as a person with, and no animals. Well, there's no consent from animals, Kay. So you can't, that's off the rule. That's out of my ball game. It's not cool. Consent is about more than just your cock and the government, people. um, I think again, like, but as a person, as a young mom, as a mom who had a daughter at 19 years old, who grew up alongside my daughter in some ways, well, I've never been arrested, knock on wood, for that. But I've never been arrested for anything. Sorry, I said that very odd. I've never been arrested. But I've fought in the house with a kid in the house. I'm just going to be totally upfront. Like, absolutely, I used to yell. I've been involved in arguments and fights in front of a child, which is not really great. It's not good behavior. But I'm not sure if it is criminal. Now, if it gets to the point where somebody is arrested because of the escalation of a situation, yeah, maybe that is in itself criminal. But, um, and that's why I worry a little bit about some of these make 'em stick charges that they just throw at the wall. But again, we don't know shit about this case. I'm just spouting off. Okay, let's keep going.
And then you'll get a copy of it. And then the people.
Okay, last thing I'm going to say. T-Rex, for example, did you know that breast milk is considered vegan because you can get consent? Which also means if somebody consents to you chopping off their leg and frying it up, that's also vegan. Also, probably a good time for us all to take our meds. My mind's gone a little screwy, so let's just all take our meds.
Some of the other people are not to have any contact with you. Okay. So I don't know what went on, but it's a lot of mess going on. And I mean, you're in college, you're an adult. You have to act in accordance with that. So just make sure that you have a good address, talk to your lawyer on what you should do and shouldn't do and stuff like that, and let the process play out. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Brown. Don't come back. All right. What's your name?
Aisha Cochran.
All right, Miss Cochran. Let me see here. You were part of the Miss Brown ordeal. You were charged with one misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. I'm dismissing your case. And I should have made this announcement to everyone, but that's okay. I'll just have the conversation with the people as they come up. The document that was used, basically the information that I have in front of me, I don't know what it is that you did. I have no idea. Now, maybe you did something, maybe you didn't. That's not up to me, but I don't have enough, in my opinion, to keep these charges. Now, they could be brought back if more information is presented. I believe the statute of limitations is 2 years on misdemeanors. I don't know if they will. I don't know if they won't. I'm not going to tell anybody to. I'm not going to tell anybody not to. Okay. But as it stands right now, I'm dismissing the charges against you specifically. But I just want to let you know they could come back. So as long as you behave yourself and you don't get in any more trouble and you don't have any other courts that want you, you'll be free to go once your paperwork is processed. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, Miss Cothran. Again, just like I told Miss Brown a second ago, all of it appears that everyone that is involved in this is an adult. Y'all just need to act accordingly because things can get very wild, and the last thing you want is to be on the news.
Aw, Bruce, that's very sweet. I'll tell you the truth. I breastfed my daughter for 2.5 years. Um, I'm a very big advocate for breastfeeding, and but I was not able to donate any breast milk. It was all used up. But you know, that's a really nice thing that people can do. The main problem with breast milk donation is that because of like standard FDA rules, uh, I think they have to pasteurize it, which sort of ruins the really good qualities of it. So weirdly enough, if you no, they're not dried up, Presto. But weirdly enough, if you were able to like meet somebody and know, oh yeah, you're right, Kay. But yeah, if you were able to meet somebody and do it like straight across, they pay a lot of money for human breast milk, T-Rex. Maybe I'm in the wrong business. But again, it's vegan, guys. It's a vegan milk. And I bet the bodybuilders are drinking unpasteurized. But the babies, like preemie NICU babies, I believe they pasteurize that before they give it to them, which is unfortunate, but it's probably the way it is. Yeah. She got business, she was hired on, and she gives lots of breast milk. Hey, there you go. I still can make milk easily, but maybe I need to be working on that.
For a leading headline, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Good luck to you, and please don't ever come back.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name?
Nikia Farrell.
Miss Farrell. All right. You were not involved in that incident, so you have something else going on. You are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of simple battery. Again, it is a misdemeanor. I am going to set the bond at $3,000. You are not to have any contact with Connie Colton. Okay, so do not have any contact with that person. Also, it looks like the Leafwood Lane. That's your address, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to put in here that if you need to get any belongings from there, then you can do so with the sheriff's department. Okay. You just can't go there by go there by yourself and say that you want to get your stuff. You have to do it the right way. Or you can have somebody go there and pick up your belongings. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't go back to that address until your case is either resolved or a motion is filed by your attorney. So if you get stuff, you can go and get it. All right. Now your next court date is on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appeal for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay.
Also, let's remember our P's and Q's, our thank yous, pleases, guys.
Miss Farrell, approximately do you earn per month?
Probably $1,000 maybe.
Okay. All right. I had to ask because you filled out most of your form, but just not the last part. Okay, then I will grant you a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions?
No,
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Farrell.
thank you.
Yeah, RLS, that's something really important. And in fact, something that I've probably been guilty of accidentally before, which is like I used to run a mommy group or parenting group. We had 500 local moms and dads. Breastfeeding is not possible for everybody. That's just the case. There's many reasons why that might be. Somebody may have sexual assault in their background, which makes it uncomfortable for them. They may have had a breast reconstruction surgery for any number of reasons. They may not be able to. There's just multiple reasons. They may need to be back on mental health medications. You know, fed is best. Okay. I I am a strong advocate of that now. And that goes for food too. Like I used to get, and I mean, it's just a child eating. I really don't care. Like, of course, you want to give them healthy food, but fed is best. And, um, you know, I'm glad that we have formula for people that don't have the ability to breastfeed so that babies can thrive. But I think the main problem I have is, especially in hospitals, um, after you've given birth, it's very tiring. You're a little bit out of it. And and I don't like it when a nurse or somebody recommends that you begin to bottle feed because you're not seeing results breastfeeding. The initial part of breast milk that first comes out when a baby is first born is called colostrum. It is an extremely valuable um, thing for a baby to have, but we're talking teaspoons is the total amount that a baby will have. It's very hard to reconcile with knowing your baby's fed without being able to see how much you've fed them. And so I mean, I became very confident that I was feeding my baby just fine, but women that I would deal with in the group, I even went to so far as I bought this really sensitive baby scale, and we would weigh the baby first, and then mom would go ahead and feed, and then we would weigh them right after. And I'd say, look, you got an ounce and a half, you know? The other thing about breastfeeding versus bottle feeding that I think is a little problematic is the cajoling to finish a bottle. You'll never do that with a baby who's breastfed. You really don't. Like, when they stop, they stop. It's a natural thing. When you have a bottle that you've made, uh, oftentimes you cajole them to finish that bottle, and that's just a natural thing that we do as humans, but it doesn't promote great um, listening to your body, unfortunately, for babies. So, and that is why breastfed babies have lower rates of obesity later in life. One of the reasons why. But again, it's not the most critical thing. Having a loving parent who is healthy themselves is actually so much more critical. And if that means that you can't breastfeed, then that's the most important thing. Um, Again, it's yeah, the hospital only cared about getting you out the door breastfeeding. Interesting, Dana. So Artie says, I'm the youngest of 9 hillbilly kids. I wasn't fed. Uh Honestly, it's that's funny, Sashina. Uh Again, fed is best. I did all the bad things that you're not supposed to do. I At the hospital, they were like not gonna let, and they were mean to me. These nurses were mean to me because um I was young. And I remember them saying, they're like, "Do you even have a car seat?" And I was like, Yes, bitch, I have 2 cars. Like, it's frustrating. And I'll tell this one story, then we'll get back to it. But I gave birth. My daughter was with me in the middle of the night. It was a shared room, but I wasn't sharing with anybody. But in the middle of the night, this other lady got wheeled in, and there's just like a sheet between us, and I could hear her crying, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "I can't reach my baby, and it hurts." And I was like, "Okay, well, hold on. Like, I'm 1 day postpartum, but I can get up." So I got up and I pushed like the little bassinet closer to her so that she could have the baby. And I said, "What do you mean it hurts? Did they give you the medicines? Did they give you the ice pack?" And she said, "Yeah, but it really hurts. It really hurts." And I was like, "Okay, well, we're in a hospital. Let's get somebody." So I push the button and the nurses come, and I'm again just like this look on their face. But I'll tell you something, the hormones flooding through my body, becoming a mom, I fucking laid into that nurse. They're like, "Yeah, your stitches." So she had had an episiotomy, which is a cut in her vagina to allow the baby's head to come out. I thankfully did not have that because I did knuckling with olive oil, which is another weird thing. But they were like, "Yeah, your stitches are ripped out. The doctor will be here in the morning." I was like, "No, go get somebody right now." They're like, "No, we're not going to do that." I was like, "Yeah, yes, you fucking are." And they looked at me and I was like, "I'm not fucking joking. Go get somebody right now. Plus, get her some medication. Like, this is unacceptable." Oh, and yeah, they did not like me. And I didn't like them. It was just that. Straight up. They assumed that I was going to be a shit mom. I wasn't. And yeah, seriously, an episiotomy, that was the thing I was the most scared about with birth. And so I literally did something called knuckling, where you literally take your knuckle, your middle knuckle, with olive oil and you stretch out your vagina over like 9 months, the whole pregnancy basically. And I didn't tear. Didn't tear, and I didn't need a episiotomy. I was also 19, right? But I mean, she was younger than me as I'm thinking about it. Like the girl, they put us little young ones in the same room. Um, and she had torn or she had been cut, needed it. Yeah. And then, of course, became, you know, a parenting expert. And I had a spot on the news doing parenting minutes and like all these different things. I was like 21 years old, and all these 40-year-old moms who had jobs and their shit together were still coming to me for advice. And I was like, okay. Like, in reality, parenting can be very natural, which is nice. Um, but again, let's go back to court. I forgot. I'm like, what are we doing? Oh, we're watching court.
What's your name?
Kimberly Harden.
All right, Miss Hardman. You were charged with one felony count of kidnapping. The bond is 15,000. One felony count of false imprisonment. The bond is 5,000. One misdemeanor count of simple battery. The bond is 5,000. One count of possession of a firearm during commission of a crime. That's a felony. The bond is 2,500. One, excuse me, reckless conduct. The bond is 2,000. Misdemeanor. Failure to yield the right of way. The bond is 500. Misdemeanor. Expired or no license. Plate or decal. Misdemeanor. The bond is 1,000. And possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Misdemeanor. The bond is 1,000. So your total bond is 15 plus 5 is 20, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32. If I did this correctly, the total bond is 32,000. Now, you are not to have any contact with Liddell Williams. Okay, so do not have any contact with that person.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is on September the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to represent, or you have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed attorney.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. What's your name?
Selena Jones.
All right, Miss Jones. Miss Jones, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of reckless conduct. The bond on that charge is $2,000. You are charged with one count of aggravated assault, which is a felony. I'm not going to grant a bond on that charge. Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th for a preliminary hearing. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
Why wasn't I given a bond on the other?
Based on the seriousness of it, I mean, I have to take in consideration everybody else that's ever come before me, and based on that, I have not given a bond on anyone with allegations like that. So I have to be consistent on it, and those are very serious allegations. I'm not saying that you're guilty, but there was enough evidence for me to move the case forward, and based on that, I'm not going to grant a bond. Now, on the 13th, there'll be another opportunity for that, for your attorney to negotiate with the state, but I'm not going to take that risk right now. Okay? All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Trevay.
Okay.
Trevay Lock. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Sheena, this is going to be really weird. Do you know what J powder is? When we're speaking of animal birth? Tell me if you know. If you know, you know. Also, if you're a fun gay guy, you might also know.
All right, Miss Lott, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of reckless conduct. I am going to grant a bond of $2,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Janicia Dorsey. This is kind of similar to one of the first young lady. There was a lot going on here. Again, this isn't saying that you're guilty or not guilty or anything like that. It's just the standard is much lower. Okay. So you're going to want to speak with your lawyer about how to proceed in your case, but do not have any contact with Miss Janicia Dorsey. Do y'all stay at the same place or no? Is that address the same place?
I'm guessing she stays in the apartment complex. I stay in the front building. She stays in the back building.
Okay. Got it. Understood. Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna. Don't go. I mean, you have a stay away provision from her, right?
Yeah.
This isn't a family situation, so I don't want to kick you out of your own home. That doesn't make any sense because that's not where she is. But don't go back there looking for trouble, okay? I mean, you're a grown up, Your next court date is on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Let's see here. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
A court appointed.
Okay. Okay, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Implementer.
Okay. She's 38, and that's the scary part about this. I'm such a bitch. Oh my God. Ooh. Uh, I'm guessing. She's not 38. I'm just being a bitch.
All right, Ms. Permenter, you're charged with one misdemeanor count of battery. I am going to set a bond of 2,000. Let's see. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Mr. H.T. Tollett or Toll.
Oh, I was so close. I really, hold on.
Special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Mr. H.T.
TP / sorry.
Tollett or Tollett. Let's see. Do y'all reside at the same address?
Yes, sir, he's the overseer of my check, my SSI.
Do you have anywhere else?
Ma'am, Miss sir,
Do you have anywhere else that you can go?
do I have any else where I can go? Yeah, I could
Okay.
go somewhere else. Can I
Okay.
sign my own bond?
No.
Well, I can't go nowhere.
If and when you do bond out, just make sure you don't return back to that address where all this happened.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And don't have any contact with him. Your next court date is on September the 12th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
How much is it for me to get a bond?
I'm sorry?
How much is it for me to pay for a bond out?
Well, the bond is 2,000, so it's somewhere between 10 and 20% typically if you go through a
Like
bonding.
200 if I go to a bonding company?
Approximately.
I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay. What do you want to do about a lawyer?
I need a lawyer.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
No, sir, I get an SSI check.
Okay. I
Yeah,
got
hear about HT or told he's the overseer over my check and he telling me not to go back there. But that's where my mail goes to, my money from my government check. And he's the overseer over it. I mean, I don't.
Hold on. Do y'all not have direct deposit in the States? Like, why are these people picking up checks? It's so weird. Like, why would they not? Like, here, in fact, they don't even write checks. The government won't write a check. I have on my like CRA, Canada Revenue Agency account, there is a tiny little button and it says uncashed checks. And I have one in there from like 2011 that's uncashed. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Also, banks have huge lists of people that have forgotten bank accounts. I remember that part too. But yeah, and so in Canada, I guess part of the reason that we have a bit of a different system is that banking is almost a right in Canada. We have large banks that are the main banks, and they have to cash government checks without fees. They don't have a choice. So it eliminates a lot of that for-profit non-banking that a lot of people end up in the situation. I worked for CIBC, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, for a number of years, and unbanked people are real things. Like, it's absolutely true. Most of that stems from not having identification. And cashing a check is hard without ID. Um, Again, some homeless people, uh, we used to call it, uh, Wacky Welfare Wednesday, the third Wednesday of the month, when welfare checks got deposited. And either they'd get deposited or they would actually have a check. And there were people that I literally cash checks for without ID because you just get to know them. They're homeless. It's just that. And I remember I'd be like, God, don't spend it all today, please. But of course, and again, when people, hi Prissy, when people are unhoused, unbanked, down in the view of society, everything is hard. I'm not saying it's not like, but the government could really help with that. Like giving people a low cost or free bank account that they can at least get their government social services deposited into seems really, really obvious to me. It just does. Oh, staying in society is super hard, Artie. Super hard. Wet nurse, wet nurse. But imagine wet nurse or meth nurse.
I don't understand none of this, but I had to go back there.
Well, you can have somebody else.
That's where I live.
I understand.
No, you don't. You can't. It's where I live.
I listen.
I have a situation at home. Somebody at home.
Stop talking. Stop.
Hey, stop talking, man. Don't say nothing else.
I won't.
All right.
I have to treat you just like the hundreds of people that came before you. So
Hey, don't say nothing.
Okay, we have found the security control officer that is running the show. Jesus Christ. I actually don't appreciate the bailiff doing that. First of all, he's not a bailiff. He is a jail guard. These are being streamed from the jail. And again, what I don't like is ahead of time fine. Even lying, like saying like, hey, dismissal Dan dismisses charges all the time, but you got to listen very carefully. Don't talk out of turn. Like giving a breakdown or an overview to people ahead of time. That's great. But at this point in time, these are actual court proceedings. And if we're going to look at the record, he's yelling from the sidelines basically to shut up. And that's not appropriate, unfortunately. He's not her lawyer, and he's also not the bailiff. Also, I'm going to go back a little bit. I want to go back to the point where she said to him, you don't understand me, because his face, he looked up. Like, if any judge is going to be treating people fairly, I think that this judge does. I really do. And so I think he gets a little bit offended by this. You're going to do a whole day Q&A on how Clayton County works for people that have never been here. Presto, I'm in. Can I be on the panel with a bunch of questions to ask you? I feel bad for her. I do. But he explained this to begin with. Oh yeah, he is a defense bro at heart for sure. But like, I think, oh my gosh, look at that hairline. Oh, Dan, honey, it might be time to shave it. Or keeps. You could probably do keeps. You have enough hair for that. You guys know what that is, right? I don't think Keeps will be my sponsor, but I mean, I'll shill their product. Okay, here we go.
Well, he's the overseer over my chicken. He's telling me not to go back there, but that's where my mail goes to, my money from my government check. He's the overseer over it. I mean, I don't understand none of this, but I had to go back there.
Well, you can have somebody else.
That's where I live.
I understand.
No, you don't. You can't. It's where I live.
I listen,
I have a situation at home. Somebody at home help me
stop
with
talking.
the situation.
Stop.
Hey, stop talking, man. Don't say nothing else.
I won't.
All right.
I have to treat you just like the hundreds of people that came before you. So
Hey, don't say nothing.
you telling me that you're not going to get anywhere arguing with me. Now don't say anything, don't make a facial expression, don't roll your eyes, don't look to the left, don't look to the right. You stand there like a statue. Let me explain to you what's about to happen, and then you go about your business.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to grant you a court-appointed attorney. See, I was going to try to help you, but now you can just figure it out. Don't violate the bond order. Good luck to you.
What's he saying? What's
Have a good one. Get out in front
But
of the
what did
camera.
he say? What did he say to me? He's
Pay attention.
gonna do what? He ain't gonna do
All right.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen him act like that before. He's had people do stupid shit in front of him. That was weird to me. Dick Missile Dan right now. This is today, y'all. This has happened today. I told you he looked a bit hungover. Maybe he's hungover. I don't think she was that bad either. And I don't think that when she was reiterating to the judge, I understand that she should have been reprimanded by the bailiff. I think that escalated things. Well, like I said, one talk ahead of time, fine. A reiteration or maybe even a look from behind the camera, but him yelling there really escalated things. And if the judge wants to match or meter what's going on there, she did. I think she hurt his feelings. He literally, I believe he wants to help her, most people, and she was really, really, she bothered him by saying that. Welcome to Clayco. Also, this lady looks like she's like in this position of, I don't even know what you would call this position. Like she's about to do a backflip. You know what I mean? Like she's like, okay. Guys, if you're just getting here, please do me a solid and go ahead and hit the like button. It's a free way you can help your girl out. It's super helpful to me with YouTube Daddy. The Matrix pose. Yes, there you go, Mayor. Exactly, the Matrix pose. I'm gonna roll a joint. It's about time for that. So I'm gonna dip off the screen for a minute, but I'm still here. I've never in my life seen him do that. I've watched hours of this judge, and he is even keeled very often. That's unusual. I wonder what, if that attitude will carry forward or what. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe if you shut up and play the court, Paisley, we'd be able to watch.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Like they don't always do it to nobody.
All right, Miss Sullivan. You were charged with one misdemeanor count of battery. I am going to grant a bond of $3,000. Now we're back to the Azaria Brown thing. Did you hear what I told them?
No, can you repeat hers again?
No, not because I'm being rude. It's just, it doesn't concern you. But basically, some of y'all, I mean, you're all charged with misdemeanors. You're all got a bond. It's all around the same thing.
Right.
The real issue is, I don't know what happened here, the backstory and things like that. But listen, you all are grown ups. Y'all don't need to be coming to jail for this. Whatever it is, it can't possibly be this serious. Because look at where you all ended up. Everybody, So here's the deal. I don't know if you know her, but just don't have any contact with her, okay?
All right.
I'm assuming that y'all do not live together. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, got it. So she's not supposed to have contact with some people with your last name. I'm assuming it may be a sister or mom or something of yours, but I remember, let me see, she's not supposed to have any contact with, hold on. Nija or Nijay Sullivan and Mariah Sullivan, okay?
Yeah,
You're Sullivan, so I'm gonna assume that's your sister or your mom.
that's my cousin.
Okay, I figured. Well, anyway, y'all just don't have anything to do with each other. I have a sneaky suspicion of what all this is related to, but again, I don't know for sure. So, y'all chill out, let the process play itself out, and don't get in any more trouble. Your next court date is on September the 12th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Hire an attorney.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, that's fine. Well, when you do, just make sure that, excuse me, that they pay, that they put in their paperwork so they know what to do for you. Okay, do you have any other questions?
No, that's it.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. Please don't come back.
She can.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Anaya Williams.
All right, Miss Williams. You are charged with one misdemeanor count of battery. The bond is $3,000. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with a Mr. DeMarco Mullen Jr.
That's fine, that's it.
It looks like, do you have somewhere else that you can go?
No.
Well, it looks like y'all both reside there and I can't let you go back. So you're gonna have to unfortunately find somewhere else to go, at least until your case is resolved, or through a lawyer, they can file a motion to modify your bond conditions, okay? So until that happens, just don't return back to that address and don't have any contact with that person. Your next court date is going to be on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? Okay, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
Will I be able to be escorted by someone to get my belongings?
I'm sorry?
Will I be able to be escorted by someone to get my belongings?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you get a copy of your bond order, it literally has on there, you need to go up to the sheriff's office and make an appointment. They will personally go with you to get your stuff. That way, nothing bad happens to you, nothing rowdy happens at that location, and nothing happens to the community at large. So yes, that will happen.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, man. All right, what's your name?
Tiffany Williams.
Okay. All right, Ms. Williams, you were originally charged with one misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. Oh, this was the you're here with someone else. What was the young lady's name?
Zaria Brown.
Yeah, it's part of that big situation. I'm dismissing the case against you because I don't know what it is that I don't understand the paperwork that was given to me about you. Now, this is not saying that you're not guilty or anything like that. I'm just saying the way that it was presented to me, I feel like I don't have enough to keep it. Now, they could bring these charges back within 2 years. I don't know if they will or if they won't. I'm not going to tell them to. It's none of my business, okay? But just know that that is a possibility. Also, like I told everyone else, all of y'all are grown-ups. Y'all need to act like it. Whatever it is that was going on between everybody involved, that doesn't make a lot of sense for everybody to end up in the Clayton County Jail. So, just act accordingly. If things get out of control, then people need to remove themselves from the situation, because it could have gotten a lot worse and ended up on the news lead story. So, As long as you don't have anything open to you and you don't get in any more trouble while you're there, you'll be free to go once we process everything, okay? All right, do you have any questions? Okay, all right, Miss Wims, good luck to you. Don't come back. All right.
Jeez, I looked over, they're both gone for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, what's your name, sir?
Dewan Blunt.
Hold on. What is it?
Dewan Blunt.
One. Oh, okay. I had somebody else had a view, but that's okay. All right, sir. You were charged with, let's see, 1 misdemeanor count of VGCSA. The bond is 1,000. Looks like it's a felony count of obstruction. The bond is 3,000, and then 1 possession with intent, VGCSA felony. The bond is 2,000. So your total bond is $6,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Be offered one.
Okay.
Bond.
All right, I'm going to grant that request. Do you have any questions?
Can you repeat the bond again?
Yes. On your total bond is 6,000. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name?
Beeman.
All right, Mr. Beeman. You are charged with inmate in possession. Give me just 1 second. All right, sir. Basically, you're charged 1 felony count of being in possession of legal contraband while in the jail. Normally, I don't grant bonds on something like this, but I am going to grant a bond of $10,000. I don't know what you're there for or how long you're going to be there, so I don't know if that matters to you or not. But the next court date is going to be on September the 13th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What do you want to do?
It don't matter. Court appointed, sir.
Okay. Well, you
It
didn't
really
fill
does
it out.
matter, though.
I'm just going to go ahead. Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and grant that. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Bryant.
All right. What's your name?
Bryant.
Justin Bryant?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You're charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct. Let's see here. The bond is $1,500. Do not have any contact with Miss Monica Porter. Who is that to you? Is that somebody that you know or don't know?
I know her. She my caregiver.
Oh, I see. I got you. All right. Let's see. Do you have, well, your next court date is going to be on September the 12th. But if you bond out, you do not have to appeal for that court date. Do you have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney? What would you like to do?
I would like to hire an attorney.
Okay. All right, I will mark that. All right, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's your question?
Will I be able on my next court date? Will I be able to will my case be closed or something like that?
Well, so your next court date, if you do not bond out of jail, your next court date is your preliminary hearing. That's an evidentiary hearing where you can present evidence or make the state present evidence. Is there a possibility that the case could be closed there? Yes, but there's no guarantee. But if you do bond out, your next court date is most likely going to be an arraignment, and that will be in state court with the Solicitor General's office. And then there, your lawyer can discuss options with you about whether you want to resolve your case or whether you have any defenses, if they need to file any motions or things like that. So I can't tell you for certain whether your case is going to be closing your next court date or not, but it could be. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Richard Brenner.
All right.
Is this Methanie's boyfriend from earlier? I'm such a bad person.
Mr. Brenner, you are charged with one felony count of exploitation of an elderly person. I am going to set a bond of $10,000, and one looks like, I believe this is a misdemeanor count of theft by taking. Let me confirm. Yes, I am going to set a bond of $2,000. So the total bond is $12,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Brenda Weemort or Debbie Cook. I don't even know if you know Debbie, but don't have any contact with Miss Weemort. Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appeal for that. Let's see. Do you, okay.
Oh, Deborah.
Do you need to get
Always look like a zebra. That's what I'm singing in my head now when he said that. Deborah, Deborah, Deborah. What's that song? It's called Deborah by T-Rex. T-Rex, it's by T-Rex.
anything from that 527 McDonough Road address?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, then just do not return back to that address. Okay.
All right.
All right. Do you have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney? What would you like to do?
Court-appointed attorney, please.
Okay. I will grant that request. All right. Do you have any questions?
My total bond again?
12,000.
All right, thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, sir?
David Dawson, sir.
All right, Mr. Dawson. Mr. Dawson, you, let's see. Almost had all misdemeanors. You just have one felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. I am going to set a bond at Mr. Dawson. You, let's see. Almost had all misdemeanors. You just have one felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. I am going to set a bond at. Do you give you benefit of doubt? I was going to set it at 5,000, but I'm actually going to set it at 3,000 on that particular charge. Okay. On the possession of marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is 1,000. Drug.
I'm playing with fire. Oh my God, I'm playing with fire. Playing that song. Playing with fire. I just posted it in the Discord under Music of the Night. I love that song, and it is by Tyrannosaurus Rex, T-Rex. What's one felony between friends? Really, Dana, right? Like, what is it? How big is Clayton County? How big is it, Presto? Is it like a big county? How many people live there? Also, this looks like a diaper, like a cloth diaper. His outfit looks like a cloth diaper.
Related object The bond is 1,000. Defective headlights, 500, and no tag or expired or invalid tag, the bond is 500. So your total bond is 3, 4, 5, 6, $6,000. Okay. Your next court date is on September the 13th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I would like to be considered for a court-appointed attorney right now, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. Well, I will grant that request for you, Mr. Dawson. Do you have any questions about your case?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Dawson, good luck to you. Please don't come back.
Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Mark Dukes.
Dukes. All right, Mr. Dukes, you are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of battery. I am going to grant bond in your case. The bond.
Oh, sometimes it's so obvious that I'm not paying attention, and then I like look up and I see him and I'm like, holy fucking shit. Ah, that is a brow line. Look at his ridge. Is that what is that? Also, yes, Dana, chef's kiss. That was perfect, judge speak. We almost forgot about the lady from before.
Bond is going to be 5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Quantisha Chance. Okay. Let's see here. Your next court date is on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
Nah, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dukes, good luck to you.
All right.
All right, what's your name, sir?
All right,
Edward. You are also charged with 1 misdemeanor count of battery. The bond is going to be 5,000. Oh, this is the Zaria Brown situation. Yeah, I think you're the only male inmate related to this whole incident. I basically told the females, look, y'all are way too grown for whatever happened. Look, man, I see your reaction. I assume that you agreed at least somewhat. And I told them that nobody needs to be in the Clayton County Jail or any jail for that matter, for whatever it is that the backstory is. I don't want to hear it. Save it for your attorney, just like for them. But I have a suspicion of what goes on just because I'm old enough to kind of piece things together and I've done this long enough, right? But for you and everybody involved, y'all don't need to be here for that. Everybody's grown. You know, if things are getting heated or whatever, remove yourself from the situation. Okay. Don't have any contact with her. Okay. It seems to me like she doesn't even live permanently in the state of Georgia, at least right now, from what she said. So, you know, y'all just stay away from each other. Okay. She's not supposed to have contact with some people as well. So everybody just needs to chill, relax, and let the process play out. Okay. Your next court date is September the 12th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court-appointed.
Okay.
Please.
All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
Total bond 5K, right?
Yes, sir. All right, good luck to you. Don't come back. All right, what's your name, sir?
Jeff Evans.
Looks like you just have a couple of misdemeanor offenses here. One for a stop or yield sign violation, the bond is 500. One for a tag violation, the bond is 500. initially your paperwork came in, it says felony obstruction. I'm not making it, it's a misdemeanor
That's it. That's what
at most. So I'm setting a bond of $1,000. So your total bond is 2,000. Okay. All right. Your next court date is
We're gonna have to start calling him dismissal or downgrading Dan. I love him so much. I know we sort of hate him a little bit, but he's just the arm of justice. Also, T-Rex. Montreal is a great song. I'll post that one in the Discord for anybody else too.
on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I do a court appointment.
Okay.
Please.
You filled everything out. I appreciate that. Have you ever served in the military?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, all right. I couldn't tell if that was a yes or a no on here.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me just a second. Can't get rid of this cough. All right. Give me 1 second, Mr. Evans. You know, sometimes, Mr. Evans, I get things that in front of me that I don't necessarily like. Unfortunately, it's not my job to do what I like or what I don't like. I have to follow the law. Okay. And that was, really the main reason why I made it from the felony to the misdemeanor. Might have gone a little bit further, but unfortunately, I do have to follow the law. All right. You're going to be able to make your bond?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. All right, Mr. Evans, do you have any questions?
None whatsoever.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, listen, these things kind of happen. I'm glad it didn't turn out worse for anybody.
Exactly.
But you don't look like somebody that's going to be coming back. So hopefully I don't see you in these circumstances ever again. Just be mindful of who you're dealing with and how you deal with them. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. What's your name?
Eric Evans.
Wait a minute. Are you related to the gentleman that just?
I
okay.
was on the way to see my dad.
That's your dad?
That's okay.
I got it. Well, guess what? I'm dismissing both the charges against you.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Now, look, again, things come before me that I like and don't like. It's not my job, but I had enough for your dad.
Am I missing a dismissal because I'm sitting here singing? I am. Okay. Dismissal.
But for you, I don't believe I have enough for these particular charges. So as long as you don't get yourself in any more trouble, and you don't have anything holding you, you'll be good to go. Just like I told him, y'all, you got to be mindful when you're interacting with people and things like that. And I'm a big believer of asserting your rights and standing up for them. But sometimes asserting your rights have consequences, unfortunately. But I like to think that we get it right in correcting those wrongs. Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Evans, be very careful and don't come back. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
Listen, I gotta say, it has to feel pretty exciting to hear people have their charges dismissed like that. It doesn't happen in court very often. There's a reason I like watching this. Also, yes, Billy Elliott, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Remember that time we went to jail together, Dad? And your charges stuck, but not mine? What kind of Christmas party is that going to be?
All right. What's your name, sir?
Jermaine Garrison, sir.
All right. Mr. Garrison. All right, sir. Looks like you had initially is a bunch of traffic violations and then some drug charges on it. All right. I'm gonna go through this and then I'll give you your total bond, okay? On the unregistered tag or unlicensed tag, the bond is 1,000. No insurance, the bond is 1,000. Licensed not on person, the bond is 1,000. Driver's vision obstructed, 500. All of the violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, all the drug charges, the bond is 3,000. Misdemeanor obstruction, 1,500, and then use or possession of drug-related objects, 1,000. So your total bond is going to be 1, 2, 3. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. If I did this correctly, the total bond should be 18.
I gotta go back and watch. Shut up! I gotta go back and watch that again. I missed it. I'm looking for a lighter. Oh my God. Look at his face the whole time. Every bit of it is like hilarious. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we're gonna pay attention.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, sir?
Jermaine Garrison, sir.
All right. Mr. Garrison. All right, sir. Looks like you had initially is a bunch of traffic violations and then some drug charges on it. All right. I'm gonna go through this and then I'll give you your total bond, okay? On the unregistered tag or unlicensed tag, the bond is 1,000. No insurance, the bond is 1,000. License not on person, the bond is 1,000. Driver's vision obstructed, 500. All of the violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, all the drug charges, the bond is 3,000. Misdemeanor obstruction, 1,500, and then use or possession of drug-related objects, 1,000. So your total bond is going to be 1, 2, 3. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. If I did this correctly, the total bond should be 18. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the total bond is $18,000. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed, sir.
Okay. All right.
The Sob City.
I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
No way I could be lowered.
No, unfortunately, it's pretty low given the circumstances.
I mean, I always say this. You miss every ball you don't swing at. The answer to every question you don't ask is no. So, or you don't know the answer. So I get it. Asking, I do think Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi for you. I do want to do karaoke. I think that would be fun. We are on the road to 500. This guy he literally went through all the saddest emotions and he did make one smart decision though. He went with that. He rolled a D20 and landed on a 1. Is that a Dungeons and Dragons reference? Is that what that is?
It's in line with what we do around here. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Joshua Glaze.
Mr. Glaze. You are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of battery. The bond is 3,000. 1 misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and 1. Let me see. Felony count of false imprisonment. Oh, I see. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Angela Baker. Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Not sure.
Well, I mean, you don't want to represent yourself. I'm assuming that, right?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
What is my bond? And do
Total bond is 6,000. All right, anything else?
That's all.
All right, good luck to you.
Yeah, he's out there.
All right, what's your name?
Robert Gooden.
Okay, Mr. Gooden, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of simple battery. The bond, I am gonna grant a bond of $2,000. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Reginald Swinger. Your next court date is going to be on September 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have
Soft swing. My brain's so dumb. Landing on a 1 is a critical failure, KT. Okay, I understand. Oh, that reminds me. We have a few therapy questions that we can ask after this. Let's keep going. Oh no, Mayor, you're nodding off. I'm that boring today, and my boobs aren't that bouncy.
the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. What's your address?
52.
Don't tell us your fucking address, please, dude. Like, don't.
Roommate or what?
That's my stepson.
Got it. Do you have anywhere else that you could stay? Because I can't let you stay back there. Let's see. How old's your stepson?
42.
Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Have you ever served in the military before?
No.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Yes.
How many are under the age of 18?
None.
Okay. And are you currently married?
Yes. I'm married to Reggie's mother.
Got it.
What did he say? I gotta go back.
I'm married to Reggie's mother.
And are you currently married?
Yes. I'm married to Reggie's mother.
Got it.
He's married to the kid's mother, his stepson's mother. I get it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
And she lives there too?
Yes. Actually, I'm the one that called the police.
I'm going to put no violent contact, okay? So no violent contact means is you can have contact, but no yelling, screaming, cussing, throwing things, punching holes in walls, kicking chairs and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying?
That's good, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put no violent contact. Again, the bond is $2,000. I am going to grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions? Okay. All right, Mr. Gooden. Good luck to you. Don't come back.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jerry Hammond.
Sir, did you assault somebody at the hair salon? This is a joint, not a cigarette, Billy. I was actually just thinking, am I even allowed to smoke on stream? I doubt it. That's probably breaking a rule. Don't worry about it, YouTube daddy.
All right. What's your name, sir?
My name is Jerry Hammond.
But we can talk about the fact that I do roll fat joints that look like cigarettes, sure. But it's legal where I am. Why do I have to lie?
Mr. Hammonds. Mr. Hammonds, you were charged with 1 misdemeanor count of theft by shoplifting. The bond is $1,500. Are you going to be able to make that bond?
No, I don't have the money to pay for the bond. I did ask for a court attorney, a court appointed attorney.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna grant your request for a court appointed attorney. Mr. Hammonds, it's a weird, the allegations are very strange. It's not the most serious thing that I've ever seen, but the allegations are that, you just took a drink and drank it and then told the officers, yeah, you can arrest me. Do you have a place to stay? Do you have a place to live?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we got to go back. We got to go back. T-Rex, the only people that are usually good at rolling joints are people that have been in prison and drug dealers. Y'all know I used to manage a dispensary, which makes me a drug dealer legally. Honestly, I don't usually, well, we'll just keep going.
That, you just took a drink and drank it and then told the officers, yeah, you can arrest me. Do you have a place to stay? Do you have a place to live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's a distinction between yeah and yes. I try to teach my children that yeah is very informal and yes is very formal. So I appreciate you listening to the deputies there on that. I don't usually take offense to it, but sometimes if you're like, yeah, it's just, come on, man, we're in court. Okay. Can you make any bond, Mr. Hammonds?
I don't have any money. I mean,
Sir, he just admitted that he stole a drink, drank it in front of fucking cops and was like, yeah, so what? Again, the cost of housing this man, the cost of dealing with these things, if we rerouted that money back into social welfare programs, affordable housing, all of those different things, wouldn't the costs be less in the end? I'm sure they would. Also, I think some people don't realize one of the most important things to rolling a good marijuana cigarette or whatever is actually the humidity that your weed is at. Super dry, it's not going to work. Super wet, it's not going to work. There's a real, it's like 62%. That's what they're 58 to 62.
I had got a signature bond, but I don't have no money.
Yeah, no, I hear. I mean, again, I would do you a solid and lower it down to 500, but I don't know if that's going to help you or not.
I don't have money.
Yeah, no, I understand you don't. And unfortunately, there's nothing that I can personally do about that. I'll tell you what. Do you have friends or family members in Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yes, yeah. See, you gotta remember. Well, I'm gonna do you a solid and lower it to 500, which is literally the lowest it could possibly be. And I mean, really, that's all I can do for you. I am going to grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Your next court date is on September the 12th, and that's all I can do for you, really. I mean, do you have any questions?
Okay, but by that time, I should get time served, all right?
Well, I mean, that's not up to me. That's up to the solicitor's office. So, I mean, the answer to your question is maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, could somebody please send me that timestamp in Discord? That I want to clip that and play it all the time whenever somebody asks me something. I don't know. I don't maybe. I don't know. Like the way he said that. Oh my God. We got to listen again.
Do you have any questions?
Okay, but by that time, I should get time served, all right?
Well, I mean, that's not up to me. That's up to the solicitor's office. So, I mean, the answer to your question is maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
You say about my next court date September 12th?
Yes.
All right, cool.
All right. Good luck to you.
So let's just think about that for 1 second here. This was today, August 20th, 2023. If you're watching this video in the future, hi, hope the future is doing good. I'm not even going to say the words because now it's been said twice. If I say it one more time, we may summon them. But if this person remains in jail until September 12th, before their next date, like their next court date, is that not like 20 something days of jail for drinking a drink? I mean, it's stealing, yes, but I'm being really serious now. Even the restitution costs are nominal. I don't understand why they can't realize that keeping him in jail is going to cost them a lot more money. We don't keep anybody in jail here. I think that he should have been given a PR bond too. I have a funny feeling that maybe Judge Nagel, he was affronted by his speaking to the police. That's what I think happened here. I believe he reads every report. I think he is very careful and very fair. He usually goes with the same thing over and over, the way he does all these bonds. However, when he doesn't mention the situations all the time. In this case, he decided to. I think it affronted him how forward he was about the theft, and that on itself was just like, if he's logistically thinking or logically thinking about the likelihood of reoffending, and if his bond is meant to protect the city or the population, that may weigh into that, is what I'm saying, in way too many words. And in the lovely words of Judge Nagel, to answer your question, I don't know, or maybe, I don't know. I love it.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Johnny Harris.
Mr. Harris. You
Donna
just have a
Harris.
license charge. Your bond is $1,500. You're going to be able to make that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Your next court date is going to be on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. This is
Hi, Melanie. Welcome. Honestly, if you want to know, if you actually want to get, but Mayor has a shoulder problem right now. So we probably don't want to get him doing intricate little rolling projects, but anybody else who actually does want to like get good at rolling joints or rolling things into whatever, what you do is, I don't know. I'm going to put something over top of intermission. I can't change it. It's like this or nothing. Oh, there we go. Now it's a mission. I was talking about something else. Rolling joints. Get an ounce a week. Oh, get a half ounce, get a quarter, get a whatever. And just roll it and then unroll it and roll it again. Unroll it, roll it again, unroll it. Yeah. Just do the same ounce or whatever over and over and over again. You have to put in, it's like your 10,000 hours. You got to roll 10,000. But most people are like, well, I roll one and then I smoke it. No, you have an evening where you sit and you roll and you roll and you roll and you roll.
one of the most minor charges you can have. However, if you keep racking them up, they can turn into a felony. So just make sure that you get your license taken care of. That way you don't keep getting pulled over and then end up racking up a felony, okay? All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Good morning, Martin Jimenez.
All right, let's see. Mr. Jimenez. All right, so you are charged with 1 count of improper lane change. The bond is 500. 1 count of driving under the influence. The bond is 4,000, and 1 count of license not on person. All misdemeanors. The bond is 400. So your total bond is $5,000. Your next court date is on September the 12th. But if you pay that before then, you will not need to appear for that specific court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I'll hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be yet or no?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name.
That's okay. All right. Well, just make sure that when you hire him, that he files the appropriate paperwork so the court system knows to be in contact with him and with you. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, I'll just pay the bond, right? How much do you say was total bond? 5,000?
Total bond is 5,000. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good luck to you. What's your name?
Sean Jackson.
All right. All right, sir, you were charged with one felony count of entering auto. The bond is 8,500. 1 misdemeanor count of giving a false name. The bond is 1,500. So your total bond is 10,000. Do not have any contact with Cedric Duncan. I'm assuming you don't even know who that is, do you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, just make sure that you don't have any contact with them, which shouldn't be a problem for you.
Fixed it. Not an intermission
The
anymore.
next court date is on September 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do? Okay. What year were you born?
2003.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. All right, Mr. Jackson, you're a young adult, but you are still an adult, and you're way too old to be.
Did you fucking look at my face there when I was like 2003? And then I was like, that's post 9/11. Like he's born post 9/11. We were talking about 9/11 earlier on the stream. Anyways, I fixed that. Look at that. The intermission's fixed. Did that live too. Look at me.
Even remotely associated with anything like this. So I hope to never see you again in these circumstances. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you. What's your name, sir?
Mr. Kitchen.
Mr. Kitchens. All right.
And B, he'll never know what it's like or what to not take your shoes off at the airport. To be late to the airport and literally run and be able to make it. We all know there's nobody late anymore to the fucking airport. You can't be.
Where you just have a rather long list of traffic offenses. I just want to confirm. It looks like the only felony count is the fleeing and eluding. Okay, so that'll make your next court date on September the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now I did that part out of order. Now I'm going to go over the bond with you. Improper lane change or turn signal violation. The bond is 500. Hit and run. The bond is 3,000. Failure to have on headlights 1,000. Another improper lane change 1,000. No insurance, 1,000. Speeding, 2,500. Fleeing and eluding, 3,500. No license, 1,000. Tag violation, 500. Seatbelt, 500. Too fast conditions, 500, and reckless driving, 2,000. So your total bond is going to be, let's see, 35, 45, 55, 65, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5, 13, 5, 14, 15, 16, 17. If I did my math correctly, the total bond is $17,000. Okay.
Sir.
All right. Your next court date is again September the 13th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for an appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I want to hire an attorney, but for now, I applied for a court appointed.
Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. You can always switch it up later if that's what you want to do. No worries. All right.
Sir.
I'm going.
So 10% of that is about 1,800.
10% is 1,700, 20% is 2,400. So somewhere between 3,400. So somewhere between 1,700 and 3,400 is about what you're looking at. You know,
I was like, that's wrong. The math is wrong, Judge. Let's just do it right here. 1,700 times 2, 34. Okay, fine. You're right. Sorry, I know I'm not muted. I know I'm reading the chat. I'm being dumb now.
again, that's not set in stone. Don't hold me to it. All right. All right. Let's see.
Also, T-Rex, we absolutely have an ongoing like standard where I want to collect all the clips of lawyers saying they are not mathematicians. That's why they became lawyers. There's some variation on that joke. Happens a lot.
All right, I'm going to grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Mr. Kitchens, there's people here on, way more serious stuff than this. Is just driving offenses, but I do practice outside of doing this, and it could have ended up a lot worse for yourself or someone else. So, yes, they're just driving offenses, but they can be extremely serious and lead to really, really bad things. So just make sure that, look, man, getting a ticket for no license or whatever is it's a lot less charges, and your bond's a lot lower than all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So get your license situation taken care of, drive safely on the road for yourself and for others. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Kitchens.
Mr. Kitchens? No, that's not Mr. Kitchens. Also,
All right,
Mayor,
what's
that's a
your
good
name?
idea.
Gotcha. All right, Mr. Love, you are charged with one count of VGCSA, marijuana less than an ounce, the bond is 1,000.
He's beautiful in a way. Look at his lips. Look at just the look. You know what? If you grow up with a last name, like, here's the thing. I mean, my name's out there now, but like, I've grown up with a unique name. It's memorable. People remember. It impacts who you are. And same goes with a cool last name, I would imagine. So when you grow up with somebody with the last name Love, that's like a fucking great line with the ladies. Fuck. Yeah, that's a decent pickup line.
One count of.
Don't exactly how it goes yet. There's something like, do you want love on your driver's license or something like that? Or I can make you, I don't know. Anyways, I have a double-barreled last name as well, have since birth. And so, oh, Grammy, isn't it in the chat? I thought I said it earlier multiple times.
Possession of firearm during commission of a crime, bond is 3,500. No tag, the bond is 500, and then one more violation of the Controlled Substances Act, the bond is 3,000. So your total bond is 6, 7, 8.
It's Paisley, like your parents' ugly couch.
$8,000. Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I applied to hire one, but I applied for a court appointed, but I'll probably hire one.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll move forward with the court-appointed, then you can switch it up if that's what you want to do, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Okay. All right, sir. I will go ahead and grant that request. Do you have any questions?
Sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Love. All right. What's your name?
Carter.
Oh,
Sir, what happened? How do you even get hairstyle like that? Is that color? Teeth texture? Like what in the mother of gosh? Oh, also, thank you guys. What's love? I was singing that too, Dana. Frosted tips. Oh, first of all, if you're born, he's too young to know about frosted tips. Are they back? Are frosted tips back? Because I'm going to tell you something. Frosted tips were the peak, the absolute top chef's kiss of the boys my age, like when I was a teenager. First of all, the hair would be like close cut, straight up, and then at the front only, a very sharp, protruding hair with frosted tips. Hair these days is so much more of an expression. I sound so old. I'm not even that old. I'm fucking 35 years old. I'm a 35-year-old lady. Just like Jane Marbles. My eye. But there was very few styles you could do. Like for some reason, oh, I know why. Because we didn't have the fucking internet yet. Or we did, but you just hadn't, there was not beauty tube yet. So nobody knew how to do anything to their hair proper or their face. And literally, no, I can see you, Billy. You're here now. But so like you couldn't, if you wanted to be cool, you had frosted tips. And then you couldn't be cool by doing anything else. If you did anything else, you were like goth or alternative and weird. And yeah, before there was YouTube, there was MTV. And you like watch the TV, but nobody on MTV is actually fucking showing you like how to do it. Oh, like first of all, this right here, I'm going to tell you guys right now. My hair barely will do it, but this, oh, no, redo the whole hair, is an absolute look I've rocked multiple times in my life. Just like two pieces right down with the rest of it tied back. And not like, oh, like this is, and these would be shorter though. These wouldn't be bangs. These would be shorter. Perhaps ear length. Oh my God. I'm now tempted to cut my hair like this because who fucking cares? I can do whatever I want. Yeah, okay, let's keep watching and I'll make bad decisions alone.
Martinez
Bye.
Arellano.
Your Honor.
All right, I got you. All right, sir, you're charged just with wait, let me make sure. One count of speeding, the bond is $2,500. Let me see. I'm actually going to change that from 2,500 to 1,000. So and then the license charge is 1,000. So your total bond is $2,000. Okay. Are you going to be able to make that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Your next court date is going to be on September the 12th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now, these are just driving offenses, but they still carry a penalty of 12 months each. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or would you like to be considered for a court-appointed attorney?
I hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be yet, or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, again, if you bond out, you don't have to appear for your next court date, and just make sure that your lawyer files the appropriate paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
Hi, Erica. Also, hi, Cachette. You guys, yes, I did just cut my.
All right. What's your name?
Daniel Orozco.
You are charged with just traffic offenses, too fast for conditions, the bond is 500, improper lane change, the bond is 500. Seatbelt violation, the bond is 500, and leaving the scene of a collision. I'm actually going to lower that from 3,000 to 1,000. Your total bond is 2,500. Okay. Are you going to be able to make your bond?
Yes.
Okay. Your next court date is on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I like to hire one.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be yet or no?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Well, just like I told the last guy, just make sure that they follow the appropriate paperwork. All right. Do you have any questions?
You guys, is Chirpy back? Are we hearing Chirpy? I swear to God, is it in this house? Because I'm gonna have to do a search. I swear to God, I'm hearing the chirpster, the smoke detector out. Also, thank you, Billy, and thank you all for being here with me. This guy has better hair than I do. Look at that fucking curl on the front of his hair. It's beautiful. No chirping on this end. Damn it. I know some of you remember some long cases we've watched before where there was hair everywhere. Where there was literally the smoke alarm going on, like basically chirping. I almost went insane that day listening.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Am I able to get a signature bond?
Well, on the leaving the scene charge, the bond was 3,000. I cut it down to 1,000. So your total bond was going to be 4,500. So I basically cut that in half to 2,500 for you.
Okay.
So
how
I
much
feel
would
it.
I be paying?
I'm sorry.
How much would I be paying?
Whatever 10 to 20% is. So 2,500 is 250, 20% is 500. So 250, 500 rough estimate.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Skillings.
All right. Mr. Skill.
Did he say Skittles? But his name is Skittles? There it was again. It is outside. I'm going to have to investigate momentarily. We have to continue watching this. I believe he did just say that his name was Skittles. I have a whole, like, a theory that I've dealt with. Remember, I've talked about this before. First of all, that fire disproportionately affects people with lower income and unfortunately children, which kills me and makes me really sad. And so any way that you can help prevent that, like fire departments spend a lot of money on outreach. And I realized I was like, the court should just have like an automatic, like send out new fucking batteries to anybody that comes to court for your smoke detector. Like it would cost way less money. You're literally getting at the people, they've got them going. Like we know it could be done. And here's the thing. I looked into this, right? Because I've used Zoom, Teams, and also like other video platforms for work. And it's a phenomena that occurs virtually only in court, the beeping. And it's because of the disproportionately represented lower income people that we see in court that we are seeing and hearing that. So if you look up the Zoom chirp in like a business sense, like at first it didn't come up for me and I had to drill down more because it's literally not a problem on business calls. It's not a problem for the average Zoom user. And it's not a problem for people that do change their smoke detectors regularly. But the point is that it's a really easy and simple way to reach people that could benefit from this. Once again, prevention for certain things is really difficult to do. A lot of the time, smoke detectors, the alarms are easy to change. The battery is this, that, the other. Then again, like, it kills me when a family or there's a fire and that I think to myself often, like, if we're worried about people's safety and we're sitting here listening to them basically tell us, I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I'm not safe. Like, it's somewhat weird to me that there's no sort of work through for that. Like, public health and public works departments or whatever, like the public safety, who's responsible for keeping people safe, um, in general, would have a vested interest in having better fire safety for people. And they have a hard time reaching those target demographics. And I'm telling you, court is where it's at. Anyways, let's continue on with this. I'm going to go check. Like, I literally think somebody nearby needs me and my batteries to the rescue.
You are charged with 1 count of simple battery misdemeanor. The bond is $3,500. Do not have any contact with Marie Williams. Also, do not return back to the 612 Gardenwood Drive address. Now, it looks like that's where you have some belongings, so I put in your bond order that you can go back and get your stuff. You just have to do it with the sheriff's department, okay? You just can't go over there by yourself and say, hey, the judge said I could get my stuff, here I am. Or you can just have somebody go and get your stuff for you, okay? Next court date is going to be on September the 12th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant I will grant that request. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Mr. Taylor?
All right, Mr. Taylor. All right, Mr. Taylor, you are charged with 1 second.
Oh, we don't sleep shame. So if you want sleep, you take it whenever you can. And the beauty of my streams is that I stream all the time for long, long times. So weird. So we'll be here often. Sometimes when it gets really weird is when the East Coast people that have gone to bed already wake up in the morning and I'm still streaming. And they're like I think Tommy V and MI posted something recently like here's my stream coming out tomorrow morning, or like, while people are still watching KCC. It's like, maybe. If you are just coming back, please do me the favor, the privilege of getting your like on this video. It's such a great way that you can help me out. My voice is soothing. You fell asleep to streams. That's totally fine as long as you're playing a playlist. Because I need those watch hours. No, I'm just joking. I feel bad if that's the case because I do know I unintentionally yell sometimes. It's just who I am, and so I apologize if anybody's trying to sleep to this. Maybe we should do just a whisper ASMR stream as well. That's very cute. So y'all, you're so cute. It's 8:12 p.m. where Beverly is. It is 5:12 p.m. here. I think it is actually smoky outside. There's a smoke warning. I think maybe we brought some of the fire. I'm sorry again, guys. Was this guy's name Skittles? Is that why I paused this to start with? Probably.
Oh, okay. I remember now. I'm actually going to do you a solid, Mr. Taylor. All right, you're charged with 1 violation, Georgia Controlled Substances Act, which is a felony. The bond was going to be 35, but I'm just going to make it 2,500. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 1,000, and then open container. The bond is 500. So your total bond is 1, 2, 3, Total bond is 4,000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is going to be on September the 13th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
Give him a quarter point attorney.
Okay, let me see here.
But I can make bond though. I'll just.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I am, that is perfectly just fine, sir. All right, I'll grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Westbrook.
All right. Mr. Westland. Brooke, you were charged with one count of possession of a handgun by a minor, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and possession of an altered ID mark on a handgun. I'm dismissing all the charges against you. Now, this is based on the information that was given to me. I don't think that it's sufficient to have these charges move to the next step. Now, the statute of limitations on a misdemeanor, I believe, is 2 years. So maybe these charges come back, maybe they don't. I'm not going to tell somebody to do it, and I'm not going to tell somebody not to do it. That's none of my business, okay? However, I do have to make you aware of that. I will say this. Let's see, how old are you?
17.
17. You know, you need to be very, very, very careful at your age of who you hang around and what you are doing. Just because this case is dismissed, it's not a technicality. I don't believe in technicalities. There's the law and then there's not the law. Okay. And I don't believe that the law was met in this case. So, you know, you may not be as fortunate if you are in a situation like this again. I'm not saying that you're lucky or anything like that, but don't push your luck. I was a DA in Clayton County for almost 4 years, and the most commonly arrested person that I was prosecuting was a black male between the ages of 19 and 26 years old. And guess what? They come back almost 65% of the time within 3 years. So I imagine you do not being locked up in the Clayton County Jail, correct? I imagine that the food sucks. The people that you're hanging around aren't the best. The conditions aren't great. And, you know, if you're like me, I don't like when people tell me what to do, right? So you control your own destiny, Mr. Westbrook. And you're either A, going to never come back again, or unfortunately you will come back a lot. I hope this is the first and last time, my man. All right. So as long as you don't have any other things holding you here, behave yourself for the next couple hours so I can get this paperwork over to the jail and you'll be good to go. All right.
All right.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Westbrook. I do first appearance a lot, so I hope to never see you in these circumstances. All right. Good luck to you. All right. Give me 1 second, sir. What's your name?
Dario Williams.
You were charged with one misdemeanor count of simple battery. The bond is $2,000, and one misdemeanor count of public indecency. The misdemeanor of the bond is $2,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Nausea King. It's my understanding that's your sister, correct? Okay. Well, just don't have any contact with her until either your case is resolved or the bond conditions are changed. Do y'all live together or no?
Do you live with nausea all the time? Or is it a come and going type of thing? Oh, oh. Remember, we've talked about this so many times, and I'll just say it again. I'm gonna have to add a command to the chat. when having a baby, don't tell other people what the name is. I don't give a fuck what other people think. It's about what you feel. But here's a very good piece of advice. Before you have that baby, you need to go to a public place, a mall, a supermarket, an airport, a park, and you're going to need to scream that name as loud as you can, frantically. And here's the thing. If you went to the park and you were like, nausea, 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 you would feel dumb. Okay? And immediately you would not name your child Nausea. No, as a parent, you will spend, like, now my neighbors are like, that woman just yelled nausea 3 times. Like, what's going to appear? Do you see what I'm talking about? You have to think about people's names, okay? It's just not, it's fucking my life up. Imagine what it does to her, having her name be Nausea, okay? Like, come on.
Rent a room out from her, but I have another place to live. It's not something that I have to be there.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna put, if you want to be able to get your stuff, that's fine. You know, but just don't return back until this situation dies down. And I mean, your case can get resolved, or your attorney can file a motion or whatever if y'all want to get back in contact with each other. Okay. But I will put, don't go back there, but you can get your stuff. Let me see what else. Oh, your next court date is going to be on September the 12th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I want an attorney, but I could bond out. But it's in property hold. Like, I got the money now to bond out because I got to go to work tomorrow. Like,
I got you. I understand. Okay. Well, if you can bond out, hey, I'm not gonna block you from bonding out. That's different than your lawyer, but I'll grant a court-appointed attorney, and then you can bond out, and then they'll meet you on your next court date. Okay.
So basically, I can get my phone so I can bond out. Like, not call nobody. Like, I have the money, but it's in property here with me. Which
I got you.
I'm gonna bond out so I can be able to go to work tomorrow because I got to be to work at 8 in the morning.
I got you. That's something that if you talk to the deputies, they have the procedure for doing that, because I just don't have any authority over them. Okay. But if you let them know that you'll be able to bond out, I'm sure they can direct you in the right direction. I have no power over the sheriff's department. Okay. I can only tell them whether, give them the paperwork that says what your bond is and what your conditions are. And then they have their boss, Sheriff Allen. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
God love you, brother. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Hopefully I don't see you in these circumstances.
Yeah.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Will, right?
All right, Mr. Wright, you are charged with 1 count of giving a false name, misdemeanor, and then possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
I don't talk while he talking. That ain't got the wrong person. Good dog. He said stop talking. Right.
Hold on.
He said. Will, right?
Thank you.
Sean, I am like still glowing. We all love and loved. This man's got it right. I was into it. And then there was the end. But I think he's actually right. He's right. His last name is right, but he is talking about the wrong case. Smart what he did, and we're going to watch again here. But what he did was, instead of argue it, he just said his last name again. That is clever. Because these jail guards are yelling at people for talking. Again, also, the conversation while this guy's in court is inappropriate on behalf of the jail staff. Unfortunately, I understand they need to keep things going, but it's not helpful. It's inappropriate.
I can only tell them whether, give them the paperwork that says what your bond is and what your conditions are, and then they have their boss, Sheriff Allen. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
God love you, brother. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Hopefully I don't see you in these circumstances.
Yeah.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Will, right?
All right, Mr. Wright, you are charged with one count of giving a false name, misdemeanor, and then possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Don't talk while he talking. That ain't got the wrong. Hey, good dog. He said stop talking. Right?
Hold on. Oh, are you Will Wright? That's you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I read the wrong charges on you, Mr. Wright. I had the correct but not the correct bond stuff. And we would have gotten there. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because the same thing that's about to happen to you is about to happen to the next guy. I'm dismissing the case against you. Now, listen, the statute of limitations is 2 years. I don't know whether they're going to bring the charges back, but based on what I have in front of me, I don't see enough evidence here. Okay, so you know, it's not a technicality. I don't believe in technicalities. It either is or it ain't. That's how I see things, right? As long as you don't have any holds on you and you don't act up and pick up new charges, by the time this gets to the sheriff's department, you'll be free to go. Do you have any questions?
Oh, sir.
All right. Well, I suggest that you be more careful out there, Mr. Wright, and don't come back.
All right, man.
All right. What's your name?
Demetrius Young.
Oh, Mr. Woods. All right, Mr. Young. Hold on.
I already know what's happening. He's dismissing. And we're almost done for the evening, you guys.
Hold
Just
on.
letting you know. This is your moment's warning.
All right, Mr. Young, you are charged with one count of speeding. I'm going to do you the same courtesy that I did the other gentleman before you and lower the bond from 2,500 to 1,000. Okay. You also have no license. Bond is 1,000. So instead of your bond being 3,500, it's only 2,000. Okay. You gonna be able to make your bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Your next court date is going to be on September the 12th. And if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered a court-appointed attorney. Okay. What would you like to do?
If it comes down to that point, I want a court attorney.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's a minor in the grand scheme of things. It's a really minor charge, but it still carries a penalty of jail and stuff like that.
I understand.
So, you know, it's just like I told everybody else, man. You want to make sure you get your license situation straight, because if you keep doing this and racking it up, eventually it will be a felony. Yeah. And you want to talk about one of the worst reasons to have a felony is just a driving offense. It's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
I got you. And you got to drive in Georgia because everything is so spread out. It ain't like, you know, it's a big city, but it's really not a big city.
Yes, sir.
Especially Atlanta. All right, Mr. Young, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck, Mr. Young. Get your license taken care of, okay?
I will, sir.
All right. Do we have Mr. Woods?
He's a loan out. He's a loan out. Oh, that's right. Mr. Woods is a loan out. He was bonded out or loan out.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to dismiss his charges.
Oh, okay.
That's the one who went to the hospital. She said crying back on the hospital.
So is he going to come back or is he gone?
That's a good question. We don't know if he's going to come back or not.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in the building.
Okay. Well,
Woods.
Well, I'm just not going to do anything then. I'm just going to shred this. And,
okay.
Yeah, just leave it like that. And I'll just put on I guess in our email exchanges, we'll just note that he was not seen today because he was not in the building.
Okay.
Okay. Do y'all have anybody else?
No, sir. That's it.
All right, very good. Well, we ran that one pretty quickly. Not too bad. I appreciate you all, and y'all have a good weekend.
You do the same.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate you too. Um, that is so weird. At the end, oh, this is not fit properly. Anyways, that's a very odd situation, which only happens there where he literally bonded out before seeing a judge, which tells me A, they already knew the bond amount for some reason, except they didn't because he was going to dismiss it. Like, what freaking luck? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day, showing up to the judge a day late. I don't even know what that would be like. Anyways, you guys have been amazing. I really appreciate all your great ideas, hanging out in the chat. You know I love it. Please check out all the channels that I have linked on my page. There's great creators there that are here every night hanging out, and I appreciate it so much. We talk about this sort of being like the restaurant for the creators to hang out at, but the cool ones who don't cry all the time. Anyways, y'all know. I hope you have a great night. We have a lot going on for tomorrow. It is Monday. We have shit to do. We're all going to get up. We are going to boss our fucking lives. Okay? That's what we're all going to do. If I keep saying it, it might come true. Anyways, listen, I love you guys. I'm proud of you. And I hope you had a wonderful day. And we will talk to you tomorrow. By boss the day, Kay, just that means I get up in time for We Got a Case. That's pretty much bossing my day at this point. So as long as I'll see you there, we're all bossing our day. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Yeah, check out the Discord. I posted some fun music there. And we'll talk soon. I guess it's a lot of pressure for like y'all being East Coast or wherever. It's only like what, 5:30? Oh my god. It's 5:30. I might just decide to stream again by forgetting that I've already done it today. Talk to you guys later. The answer to your question is, I don't know, maybe. Bye. How does it feel in George T-Rex? Good.